Welcome back to my arm build. I have no idea what this is either. I think we're on like 8 or 9, something like that. I've been doing this for. But, right. At the start of the last session, I did these, which some of them are now ready to come out. But there are ones of these that are still wet after 5 days. So yeah, when I said you got to start the armor or the gauntlets a week beforehand, I wasn't joking. Because I mean, that's dried out, but you can still see a little bit of pattern of wet on it. As you can see, I did not roll it in the same direction as the previous one. This one's I did lengthways, and I did this one width. It doesn't make that much difference, it's fine. Ultimately, the point is I need to be able to fit my finger inside it, which I can for all of them. So it doesn't make a difference. Come, off you get. At some point I'll work out the volume and noise problems, but there you go. That's those. Now hopefully at the end of the session we're going to be using them, but I'm going to do some more sanding first, because with this I've still got ridges along there, bits around there, bits around there, and I don't want to be doing that with a power tool, because, you know, when I mess up on corners like this and go off walking and it goes walking, you just end up with little scratches like that, and they're easy enough to ignore. If you mess up here, it goes through, it's a rebuild. And nobody wants to do a rebuild. I'm quite sure it's going to wreck my scissors, by the way. First, block of wood and sandpaper. It's coming apart quite easily, so it's not really going to be a problem. it looks a lot nicer now. I know it's hard to see the difference. My camera's not the best, but over here. Did I put that brush? I hate it when I lose stuff in here. There should be a little bit. There should be a little brush around here. There it is. I'm not bothering to clean up this seam here because it's being cut along there later. Let's warm up the glue gun. Yeah, that glue, I have given you enough opportunities to correct it. You haven't. I'm going to deal with it myself. bit of glue gun. Anywhere else that we've got a little bit of mess that needs dealing with? Not really. We're doing okay. I mean, that bit's going to be a mess in the end because it just is. That's warming up. Let's have a look at the rest of it. Make sure that we've got no big messed up areas to deal with. We're okay there. Okay there. Oh, it's okay. Mostly okay, apart from like the little bits on the chest, but the chest is the most difficult bit to have done, so mistakes there are fine. Are you warm enough to stick? No. Not warm enough to actually melt yet. Now I want to keep all this stuff relatively around the same time, so if I'm going to start off another section, I want to be able to finish it, so I've just got to like waste a few minutes. Ultimately I'm going to have to make a decision on how to connect these side pieces, so... I know. Doing that, it feels as bad as it looks, to be fair. But okay, that's as much as I can breathe in. And yeah. Okay, that is as much as I can possibly breathe in. The arm plate is still touching on the side. Which means on the upside, I only need to cut one of the sides, not both. So I'm just going to have to decide a way to connect these two, which strapping should be sufficient because they literally just go together like that. There is no gap. But yeah, I have to fit my body through there, and I'm only about like that thick. That's the problem. So... So, like, if I get my normal strap configuration and all the rest of that, this type of thing, common for someone who's been cosplaying for a long time, by the way. This type of bin will exist. Now this is old straps, bits of cloth and other things that I have acquired over the years. So I've only got Velcro. I wouldn't use that to connect them because it's a bit weak. That's a lanyard, which is in here for some reason. So no, we're not going to go with that because it's a bit silly. Yeah, and if I'd have thought ahead, I'd have turned the glue gun on at the start. I mean, yeah, if I can clean it off, I can just reuse that, because that's an existing one. Okay, you are from my T45. Oh wow, you're old. See, not the size of these clips compared to the rest of it though, they're like huge now. Like that. Where's one with the other end of the clip available? There's one with the other end of the clip. And you are T51. Actually, no, I stopped using that primer on T51. That's T45. I mean, I could make that work. See, now the actual problem here is that like these are massive compared to like the actual thing I'm making. I'm sorry, I'm used to making much bigger armor than this, and this is just weird. Instead of that, we could just use one of these and strap it down with Velcro. Thing is though, every time we've used Velcro in the past, it's gone wrong. Okay, it's not actual Velcro, it's like hook and loop, but you're actually short enough we could use you. Yeah, come on, out you get. Okay, you know at the start when I said we're not going to be using Velcro, I was wrong. Turns out it's actually the best stuff for this. It has gone wrong every time I've used it previously, but I have learnt a lot since then. And hopefully okay, it's good enough. Let's just fix up this little problem first. That should cover over that little hole and deal with the problem for me. So now again, when we're cutting this strapping, I've got to burn the ends. It's not burn as much as might slightly melt. Basically, the strapping itself is plastic. When you go over plastic like that, when you put plastic soft side up, I'm going to be nice. Okay, as I always say, kids don't play with fire. I mean, like, I really do health and safety warnings. Most of the stuff I do here is horrifically unsafe. Cut that because the scrap don't unravel. Okay, and what I'm doing there, I'm putting a bit of hot glue down the side and then folding it over the edge so it's gripping on top and bottom, which is why I think most people's tears off, because they're not sticking it down like that. Of course, that is a theory of mine. I don't know whether it's true or not. Okay, so I'm going to stick this bit, which is the soft side, because if you miss and don't get it on straight and you've got that sharp bit, like all the hooks pointing inwards, it'll chafe against your skin, do a lot of damage, and yeah, you'll be scarred by the end of the day. Keep it off the actual fuzz. So what I've done here is put it too close to the edge, and oh yeah, also same as every other video, don't touch hot glue. If you're going to do it, don't use your finger, use a little spreader. Because as I explain every video now, the hot glue itself is hot and will burn. It's rather unpleasant to be burnt. I don't let this glue gun get up to full temperature, and that's the reason why it doesn't burn me. If I do leave it alone for too long, it does get up to full temperature, and I think it hasn't, and it burns me. Yeah, it's basically going to be that type of shape under my arm, but I'll endure that. Also, like while you're sticking it down like this, I've forgotten my own sentence. But yeah. Okay, so that front section's a little loose, so I'm going to re-stick that. if you give it space to pull up, it'll pull up. But yeah, once this is on, it doesn't matter, because, I mean, I've got that much expansion room, around the side at least. It is better if you have the expansion room around both sides, but yeah. So just go around the edges, make sure you've got everything. I don't have my squishy thingy anymore. Oh well. Ooh, that is actually 5mm. I can use that. A finger replacer. And now we got this. Again, if you've got big lumps on the inside, try to get them off. It will rub against your skin, it's not pleasant. Okay, and there you go. You can see where some of the tension's been let out, but I think that should be cool enough now, yeah. Okay, and go over that quick. The sandpaper. Okay, and that's now a seam. Okay, it's not seam free, but it's pretty good. And if I really want to, I can do a second one on top, because I always have more of this stuff to go. I mean, you saw the bin I brought up, right? The amount of stuff I have. Let's just go chuck the bin back, get it out of my way. Yeah, it's stored on the stack of shelves that the camera's attached to. That's why there's so much wobble. So next up, we're now officially done with the chest, waist plate, and generally everything but the gauntlets. And I still haven't decided on boots yet, because so it's best that we clean off the table, because of all the dust and particulates. We don't want it getting in the work. Let's just give it a little brush down, put some stuff away. I mean, we don't need to argue with this one, but yeah. So, this being my prototype from ages ago for the armoured fingers, I'm going to, you know, just copy it, but that means I've got to make copies of these. And that. I can just measure them in this case, because they've all individually cut edges anyway. Do I have a better measure than this? No? Okay. Okay, so they're all 3 centimeters and half of a thing. So basically it's half of one of these, so just cut it down there, and then cut it by 3, and then cut to lengths of 3 centimeters. 1 and 2. As you can imagine, these produce at quite a high rate. Because each of these plastic, oh sorry, no, each of the cardboard bits that we're making, or each roll equals a large number of the cardboard bits that we need for the end of this. I'm going to try to avoid cutting up the original because it's so old now. I just don't want to kill it off. But also, it's been waiting so long to be made into something. It feels bad just to do that there. I think I might just keep the one that's still wet. I can pretty much guarantee this will not be the last pair of gauntlets I ever make, because I love making gauntlets. Okay. So now we need to draw lines every 3 centimeters long. Non-transferring marker, please. I wonder where that would be. Oh my, what did I do with it? There's a reason that all my friends who've ever worked with me know that my catchphrase should be, it's around here somewhere. Because it is around here somewhere. Always. I just don't know where. Oh, come on, it's a pencil. How could I have lost a pencil? Okay, 3 pens, 1 pencil. I've lost in here now. No. No. There you go. That'll work. Oh, I've got a dance ball down on my feet. Interesting. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yeah, that's right, 27. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Do I know how many of them I've made? No. Those ones. Right, so that's 7 per group. Now, of course, not all of these are going to be the right size. They're all going to be a bit odd, so that's nothing really to worry about. Just when you come to stuff like that, you know that's a wrong one. You can just tell when you pick them out if they're too short. So when you do, you just go stick you in. Whoops. Oop, no, that'll be fine. I mean, all of them still just fit over the top of the finger, which is the point of them when you're making finger shields. Just basically what these are. Okay. It's the fortunate thing about it all being the same size. You can quite easily tell which ones are the wrong ones. Okay, let's finish this off. Right, so on the first pair of gloves I made with this technique, the reason why they didn't work in the end was because I made the rings that go by go around the fingers too small for a glove. Now these are not in exact stacks anymore. I don't really care. I didn't when I started counting. Okay, so like along the first fingers, so I'm going to say 7 per finger, which would have been perfect because that was 7 in a pile. I may have too many. So I need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just got to get this up to 10. And let's do it. You're number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 3, 7. Yep. Those are close to the original, actually. But as we have the ability to pick and choose, we may as well pick the best. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Which way of them is 3 centimeters? Oh, across the curve, of course. 3, 4, 5. So that's 4. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's enough for 8 fingers. 2, 4. Okay, so that's 7. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it's advisable to make too many, but 3, they're a little bit long. So 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so we got one more. Five, six. Let's do it. Maybe number 7. So that is enough for 11. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's enough for 11 fingers. There's lots of space. Just the large amount of space I have, it's nothing to worry about. Because if I mess some up, I'm going to need more. Yeah. Let's get some foam in this. So I've got my big roll. I'm not going to need the whole thing, but I am going to run out of these little ones very soon. So first push it all off. So yeah, we are just going to be sticking this on for glue. That's the next, I don't know, go an hour and 12 minutes before I finish. Okay, now it's up to full temperature. That hurt. That's not good. This is literally it, by the way. The next hour is just going to be me sticking these on, and that's it. Of course, they get curled down to the shape of my fingers because that's what they're going to be on. Just do some squeezing. Why have I forgotten to do that again? Just get rid of the autofocus. Also, it's the composite of the cardboard, foam and glue that make it hold its shape. So, you know, and they're in the aircraft industry going, we've got composites. So, I mean, so it's my cosplays. Nothing personal, aircraft industry, just showing off about something that I use for fun. And yeah, to get the same effect of this out of regular foam, it'd have to be about 5 mil plus out of really high density, whereas this is really low density and as effective because of the little bit of card on the back. Okay, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one stack. Yep, that'll work. I'll have it. And if this was going to be dark coloured, I would be using the bright coloured stuff, because even if the paint or the ink transfers out, it doesn't matter. But because these are going to be white, it's going to be a disaster. But don't worry about that. So just walking around the con, just the colours fading as the day goes on, and just going to show dirt like there's no tomorrow. Oh, such. Oh well. Also, I have to go back and make sure all these are cut properly later. That one was way too small. Yeah, thumbs tend to stay around the same size along the whole length, so you can get better shape from them. There you go. It's 5, 6. And of course I can just remelt the hot glue if I need to change the shape. Just another advantage. I mean, technically bending the cardboard isn't 100% necessary, but the only time I've done it beforehand I bent the cardboard and it worked, so I'm just continuing to do it. That's 2 fingers. Oof, just short. That's too small. So we're nearly to the end of the like waist that I had. Yeah, sure, let's give it a go like this. Might fit. Okay, just put that around my thumb and squeeze, get shape. That's one of the old ones, so it's giving way much quicker than it should. Well, that's 4 in pile number 3. Let's do some marking and cutting, shall we? Where did I put my knife? There's my knife. 3, 3, 3. So now a set, 3 sets of 3. That can go. It's 3, 3, 3. Do one more, then make more as and when we need them. There you go. You can use these one at a time. Don't forget to drink. You need to. By the way, 7 was the length of the longest finger, not the shortest. So we're going to have a lot of these left over. Because, I mean, you are not going to get 7 of them down the length for fun, are you? But also, this isn't the last set of gauntlets I'm ever going to make. It's such a mess. Yeah, okay, no, that's right. Right, so you may wonder why I'm not just using cardboard on top, apart from, you know, the obvious question of durability. But by using EVA across the top, it gives it the same look as the rest of the armour. So at least I have a consistent style across the whole thing. Because, you know, if you change from one material to another, the paint sets on it differently and it looks different. Whereas if you keep it all the same, it looks like one actual set that belongs together. And I mean, not many cosplayers will say it, but like 90% of the stuff that we do is just botch. We just sort of squish it all together and hope for the best. It's like, well, it might work. We'll find out. We'll find out on the day. I'm willing to say not even the professionals truly know what they're doing. And I'll bet you I will annoy a lot of professionals with that one. It's like, I know what I'm doing. It's like, yeah, I believe you. Also, if someone truly feels they know what they're doing, they'll also feel that they're perfect. And if you feel that you're perfect, you will never improve. Oof, that's not good. That was a bad one. I think that's right. Yeah, it's good enough. It'll do. Thing is though, because I'm releasing all these high-speed videos as well, I love this bit. This is like the best bit to look at. I've got like 77 of these coming out, and it's going to be the same thing again and again. It's so relaxing to watch, you know, when it's done quick. It's like lovely. Trust me, I've done it before and I have seen this as a high speed before. mean, it's not only this bit that you have to do it and just repeat the same action over and over. Because I've got to cut each of these into the shape of the scale, then I've got to punch them all, then I've got to, sorry, squeeze around film. Then I've got to punch them all, then I've got to paint them all, then I've got to stick them all. Because for the design that I'm basically copying for this, they're supposed to be made of metal and be riveted. But if you've ever tried to rivet foam, you'll know that's stupid and doesn't work. It looks cool, but it's stupid and doesn't work. Basically, this stuff isn't strong enough to be riveted together. So you'll see it when I get there, but basically I just punch a hole in it and then punch a hole in the strap that goes underneath, then hot glue rivet. If you're wondering what I mean by hot glue rivets, basically I put a bead of glue through it. Then squeeze it down on both sides. I swear I ended up with more than 77 last time. Can I be bothered to dig it out? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've got to take a look at my old one. So give me a second, I just have a look at the older ones. That was a shoulder pad. I mean, that one. To note, this is the shoulder pad that dropped on me. Oh, okay, you're not okay. You don't want to go up. I'll just leave you down here on the floor. Okay, you shut up. One, two, three. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's either 6 to 7 on each finger. Also, that's what the old one looks like. It belongs to my sister Battle, and I mean, she can have it. I'm not messing with her. So the idea from this, the original guide that I got the method for making this from was with Adam Savage, obviously, but he used much better quality foam and actually used leather. I don't want to use leather, and leather and hot glue do not get on. So basically I replaced all the leather with EVA. And it's just based on not wanting to use leather, so I mean, if you don't mind, it's fine. But also he is much thicker, higher grade foam as well. But when you do that, this stuff gets heavier. Like your armor will get heavier very quickly if you're using solid materials and higher density. Whereas this one here, I got a USB thumb drive at an event. Just a pen drive, nothing. They used to be called thumb drives, okay? But basically, I got one of them promotional at an event, and I'm okay with that. So, but the packaging it was in was EVA foam, and it was really low density. It was like 45. It's like 45 to 60, and it really did not want to bend out of shape. I just looked at it and went, wait a minute, I know this density of foam at the thickness, and it is not this resistant. Like, there is no way it should be staying in shape the way that it is. So I took a long look at it, and then there was like a really thin layer of card on the back. So I cut that thin layer of card off, and it started acting exactly as EVA foam normally would. So I was just like, wait, so that thin layer of card makes it so tough that it's like, yeah, I'm going to start putting a thin layer of card on the back of stuff, see how it works. And it did. But yeah, literally from the packing industry. Said that you can learn things from everywhere. Everyone will use things differently, and I mean, I don't think the people doing like packaging products are going to be making armor out of that foam. But they probably would now, because EVA foam is really common as a material. And we got to the point a few years ago where judges was like, I can't stand EVA foam, I don't like it. And just like, well, good thing you're not here to judge that, you're here to judge the quality of the work. They didn't. They actively marked people down for using materials they don't like. Like, you should be using like proper metal and carrying around full plate mail for the whole day. It's like, okay, well, you put on some plate mail for the day and come back and tell me that I should be wearing that continually. Or ultimately, just try giant power armor. As you can see from the shoulder pad that dropped on me earlier, I have some experience with that stuff. Also, that's only like 50-60 grams for that entire shoulder pad, so it's not exactly like dangerously heavy. Let's just move me a little closer, shall we? It means in front of me is actually visible. do here is just put a spiral of glue on it, then squeeze down, squeeze into shape, cut, repeat. We're probably going to need at least one more strip. But I also have no idea how many we've done. Squeeze. If you're doing that phase with a proper working hot glue gun, again, careful, it's hot. Do I feel bad being that much of a hypocrite? No. I feel much worse if people were getting hurt. Now, even at the lower temperature my hot glue gun works at, you still don't want to squeeze this glue up against your skin. I mean, most of these work at about 100 to 110 degrees, which is severe burns instantly. Mine's running at about 50, 60, which is severe burns after a few seconds. It means that while I'm quickly drawing my finger across it, it won't burn. It's like if you touch the skin or the bodywork of a car on a really hot day, it's like that temperature. It's unpleasant, you don't want to continually attach to you, but also it's like you can touch it for a second or so. Actually, not like a second at the most, I think. So just keep running it in. Yeah, we'll definitely need another one, but I don't think we'll need much more after that. And snip. yeah, once you, or when it's repeating the same thing over and over, you get up to speed eventually, and it's so easy. It's just like, yeah, I'll just continue to do this. Also, for the record, it's obscenely dangerous for me to go back to a normal cutter or go to a normal hot glue gun after using this thing. I've been burnt a lot by that. Go to someone else's workshop, use theirs. Burnt. Literally that quick. What I'm doing here would burn me on theirs. On that, if I pulled out like half the other saiyan, it would probably do the same. Okay, so we'll just cut one off here. Free. 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 That isn't free, that is 4. Okay, it's starting to come loose, but it's not there yet. That's fine. Okay, theoretically that should be enough. We'll find out. As I said, we'll cut more as we go. How do I put it? That foam ain't free. Every bit I throw away is money. Hence the trying to reduce waste. The only reason I'm like doubling up so much is just in case I make a mistake or I need spares or I miscounted or just need more for some reason. There is a difference between practicality of making enough and just throwing away a ton of material because you're lazy. I learned that on the materials I used to use because they came in only like one fixed size. So basically you could get like one armor piece out of each square, and they came in packs of 6 for like £10. So if you're talking about something that has 60 sections, that's £100 of material just for that. I mean, you can try to maximize the savings, but yeah. Moving to just strip foam like this, literally cut my materials cost in half. As in, if you've seen the shock hammer video, that I think all in would probably about 20 quid, something like that. So 30 quid including all the lightings, everything else. So that's £1. Sorry, I'm using British slang. But yeah, it's about 30 all in for that thing. With the old mats, the way we used to make stuff, it would have been about 40, 50 just for the foam. Which would put it to about 70 to 100 all in. Also, yeah, if you want to do this and you don't have a hot glue gun that is absolutely lovely to you and doesn't burn, you know the pipe that I used to make the tubes, cardboard tubes? Just squeeze around that. I mean, that pipe is literally an arm's reach away. And I could set a good example. Me set a good example. I'll just continue to tell you, don't do what I do. Okay, and that's the last of it. And that's the last of that strip. That's the shorter bit, so I'll cut a bit off there. Free, 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 and free. Now I'm just going to use up the whole strip because I'm actually starting to enjoy this. It's okay, I won't end up with too many. Well, I will end up with too many, but I've already got too many. But I won't end up with too many over the amount that I already have. Yes, I did just directly apply hot glue to my finger. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Yeah, once the last of these stuck, we are done. Also, to know, when I did this last time, I was picking up like loose scales for like weeks after. I think the most impressive one I've found, and I don't know how it got there, but in my desk in work, I just opened it and there's one of my scales in there. I'm just like, how? I've never brought any of these anywhere near here. How did this get here? The spider webs just everywhere. Yeah, next step process is to cut all of the excess off these. Then lift that. Cut them all into scale shape. Then, depending on how much time we have left, I don't know. I very much doubt we're going to have the time to do anything after cutting them to scales. Let's see if we even make it that far. That was bad. Hello. Let's just chuck that there. Okay, and squeeze. Yeah. Ooh. Last one. Oddly specific question there. But, yes. And I can check that bit. Just cut these. Yeah, get rid of the excess cardboard where it happens to. I am, yes. Thank you. Oh wait, I already have one. Do I need to grab another one? Don't need the hot glue now, so Just a little bit extra there. That can go. Good. Just plenty to cut. Oh, does that actually start? No, it actually starts from the end of the camera. Interesting. Wow, I really was wasteful on these first ones, wasn't I? I did not expect to have that much stuff hanging out. Oh well. Started back in 2015. Should have quite a bit earlier though. Ooh. That's a bit of a mess. Let's keep a nice gap between them. Unfortunately, transition takes a long time. So, started in 15, so. Yeah. Just check that then. Then. Realistically, that part of the process involves waiting on the NHS, and they have a 2-year wait before they have a 2-year wait before you can actually do anything. And I think I'm in about year 4 of that 2-year wait for them to do anything. As I said, long process. Check that one there. I am not. Yeah. ultimately, anything or any medications to do with transition are controlled substances in the same way that, you know, illegal drugs are. So getting your hands on it is quite difficult, if not legal. Get that bit off. And just cut this bit. Well, I'm glad I made extras now. It's always a surprise when you see the amount of these you need in the end. Tap it. Oh. I know how to get access if I need it, but I'm currently on one of the waiting lists. I'm not expecting it to have got much better since COVID. The whole situation this year has been ridiculous. I got the official referral, like it was the week before lockdown. I got the official referral, so it's been a while. But yeah. Yeah, Fortunately in Wales it's got a lot better because I don't think they require the 2-year anymore like they used to. I think I did my appointment for that part of it just as they got rid of it. That one wasn't cut right. There's so many of these. And next one. Get start row 3. Guys. Well, part 1, that is better than anything I've ever thought of, and I don't know, the second half of that sentence doesn't work, so sorry. I'm not entirely sure they would actually believe me, considering at this point I haven't actually changed my name yet. That was going to be happening this year, but oh yeah, it's going to get some witnesses nearby. 2020's been crap. Well, I have your differing ways of how to change it anyway, and like you can't just get free deed polls unless they get unless you're dealing with someone who's being a bit of a dick. That those get pretty bad, but most of them just accept the official free one anyway. I gotta say, the idea of posting it in a newspaper, not really. It's like, yeah, you can change your name. Okay, you gotta post it in the newspaper. Like, what? That's ridiculous. That is the official government one. It is ridiculous, even the idea. It's like, but why? According to the actual deed poll system, you don't actually need a supporting letter. You don't. Officially, you need witnesses who will say that you've changed your name, but it's the official one is you need 2 people to sign it. But I know plenty of people who've changed their name without having anyone sign it, so. I definitely didn't get all the documentation a few years ago and read it all. It's like the official one's just horrifying, though. It's just like, what? Nope, so it's still better than America. They make you post it in the local newspaper. America, the British one specifies central London. Get that little bit. Nearly done. You know, with like 1 of 50 parts. And cut. A little bit more. And a little bit there. Should have enough, I think. And with 1 minute left. Oh, my hoover's going to hate me today. Right. And that's time for today because I run for 2 hours. It's been nice talking to you. Thanks for coming. I mean, I'm not going to go in. Okay, I'll be back in 2 days for more of this and more games tomorrow because I can't do this every day. Okay, so, bye. Hopefully see you next time.